Welcome to the Football Fan Show. I am Denny Harrington. Welcome to our podcast. Callum Brown is my guest today. We're talking about the Euros thus far after 1 week of the tournament. We're also going to talk about the job that nobody wants, that being the Tottenham Hotspur job, and a potential Liverpool legend to Everton. It's all to come in today's Football Fan Show podcast. Callum, what have you thought of the Euros thus far? We're
terrible.
Oh. Why terrible?
On it in one word?
Yeah,
awful.
Terrible.
Bloody terrible. Like, to be honest, when you said then, we're going to talk about the Euros now, I was like, do we have to?
I don't want to relive the previous week.
I mean, it's just like, apart from one or two matches, it's just been boring. Just boring. Like, just same story every match. One team sitting back. And yeah, I get it. They're not as good as the other team. You know, it happens. But then even the better team just don't look like they want to score. They're just like, pass side to side. Don't exert yourself, lads. Like, I get it with some matches with the heat and that. But, you know, just look at you trying to be there for a reason. You know?
At least look happy you're there.
Well, like you're interested. It's just...
That would be good. Yeah. Like England versus Scotland.
Like, I'm feeling like Roy Keane right now.
Oh my God, I love Roy Keane.
I'm sitting there going, I just don't have some effort in it. I'm trying to do an Irish accent there. I can't do it.
You sound more Scottish than Irish, I got to admit.
I admit I get a bit mixed up between the two. No offense to both of them. They sound very similar.
You know,
I slip into one or the other.
I mean, I grew up around Irish people, so I can't slip into one or the other. I you know, to be sure. You know, it's very easy for me.
To be sure.
Although the Northern Irish accent is very easy for me to do, even though I don't know anybody from there. It's great. It sounds quite threatening. If I want to threaten somebody, I go to this. Hey, the kids, I put a bob in your car, and
it's a bit more thicker. Northern Ireland.
I like it. Well, I don't like it. It's like if you ever want to make somebody shit their pants, I'd say, "Hey, don't come down real fast. Don't come down real fast, will you? It'll beat the shit out of yous."
Or just try. If you're trying to do Scottish, just try and imitate Alex Ferguson. Yeah. Blue nose and all, you know, purple nose and all.
Yeah. Speaking of Alex Ferguson, would you have given the England players the hairdryer treatment after the Scotland game? Because I would have, because I saw the result as unacceptable.
I would, but then most of them are just like little flowers, so I feel like they wilt once it started. Got no backbone, any of them.
Like, I immediately asked for and called for just Gareth Southgate's immediate resignation after that.
As I said to you, Gareth won his job on a cereal box prize.
I mean,
like, it's I get you know, playing the same team, like winning mentality. Jordan Pickford isn't good enough, and I'm not saying that he had a bad game wherever.
He was probably the best player in that game.
That's what I mean. I think he won the best player of England. That says something. When Jordan Pickford's your best player. Tyrone Mings, I mean, yeah, he's done well for Villa. Poor match. I don't want anyone else. I don't want any Chelsea fans or City fans trying to put their right back better than Trent anymore. Because Reece James, awful. Kyle Walker, awful. In both matches, awful.
I wish Trent was in the squad. Why did he have to get injured?
Yeah, just hard luck got injured.
Don't worry, he'll be back in Qatar.
Playing Luke Shaw, and like, yeah, he's done good for Man United when he's gone forward, which he didn't do in this match.
Yeah, he's not.
You know, Calvin Phillips, brilliant, but you don't need him and Declan Rice together. You're playing defensive against Scotland. Should have put Bellingham in there, or someone a bit more attacking. You know, Mountain Foden do the thing. Kane is not fit at all. Like, I know he's slow. I know he has no mobility, but this looks like he has like negative mobility. He's going backwards on himself.
Pingu the Prince says hello. Good day, lads. I don't know if you're Australian, but whenever anyone says good day, that's how I go. Good day, mate. Good day. How are you? That sounds a combination of Cockney and Australian, but that I'm not comfortable with.
That's another thing. When I change to Australian, I slip into Cockney. Remember, I did it, and you're like, sounding Cockney there, mate.
You see, I can't do a South African accent without slipping into Brummy.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Very difficult. It's very difficult to do South African accent without sounding like
from Johannesburg. From Johannesburg, go some white sharks in this. See, I'm getting to Australian there. Got some white sharks off Cape Town.
Prince Pingus goes, I'm Irish, so does that? Well, does that? Well, clearly he can do a better Irish accent than any of us. I wish I could do the Cork accent. That's where my family are from. That's like if I hung around my nan for enough time, I'd pick up that accent.
Is it a special dialect of Irish?
Not really. It's kind of
It probably sounds very similar.
He's from where my nan's from, Limerick.
From Cork?
No, Limerick.
Oh, Limerick.
So my family are from Cork. My granddad is from Cork, and my nan's from Limerick.
Oh, there you go.
So it'd be a lot weirder if she was from Kerry, because Cork and Kerry do not like each other. They're right next to each other, sporting rivals.
Awkward geographical tension.
Yeah. Awkward. Not as much as in the north where they talk like that. Hey, what's going on? 5 o'clock tonight. We've got 2 games for you: Italy and Wales, and Switzerland and Turkey. Let's talk about the more meaningless of the 2 games. I say meaningless. Switzerland could still get through if they win.
I don't think either of them are very good.
Turkey, I was reading this yesterday on the stream for today at the Euros, that Turkey haven't lost all 3 group matches since Euro 96, I think. Sorry, no, Euro 2000. Euro 2000 was the last time they lost all 3 group games. Euro 2000. So that's 21 years since they lost all 3 group games in a major tournament. So
it could happen, though.
It could happen. I'm hoping not.
Honestly, both these teams have good players. They have a few good players. And yet, most of these teams have at least a couple of good players. And they're just not turning up. Like, I was really surprised by when Italy beat Switzerland 3-0. Like, I thought they'd win, but not 3-0.
Oh, we'll get into our favourite team, Italy. Pinky the Prince, I feel your pain. He says, Mum's from Tipperary, cousins are from Kilkenny. They're also neighbours and don't like each other in a sporting context.
Yeah.
Wait to, that must be awkward when you play each other in the football or the hurling. Tipperary's hurling traditionally, isn't it? Yeah. I the only thing I know about Tipperary is that I once went to a bar in Tipperary and promised a stranger that I would support Tipperary in the GAA. Now I don't watch Gaelic sports at all.
You just sold your soul to the devil.
Yeah, they were like, oh, you're a young lad, you've got to support Tipperary, and I'm just like, okay, all right. Yeah. And ever since I've.
You do know he has a contract with like a fine print saying you have now sold your soul to the devil.
I've now sold my soul to Tipperary.
That kind of contract, yeah.
Welcome to the Gaelic Football Fan Show, of which neither of us know anything about Gaelic football. So that was almost. I think my dad tried to get me into that one because he watches it. Well, he watched it religiously, and I just was like, why don't they get paid for this? They're all amateurs. Why don't they get paid for this? I demand I'd be paid for this.
I've never seen it. I don't know the difference. What's the difference?
You can pick up the ball. It's got rugby posts as well, and there are various different ways of scoring. Yeah, but you've also got a goalkeeper. You've got a soccer net. Oh, sorry, that's what they call it. So you got the standard football goal. You've also got a rugby goal, and if you score in the football goal, you get more points than if you score in the rugby goal. Hurling's even more complicated because it's essentially like, I don't want to disrespect it by saying it's hockey, but it's kind of, you got like hockey. Well, it's not a hockey stick, but it's slightly bigger and made of a stronger wood than
whack each other up in the heads with.
Well, I've seen some shit. Let's just say that. If you can, go check it out because it's freaking violent as fuck.
It's like Australian rules football,
Oh
isn't
my
it?
god, Aussie rules is. Well, to be fair, I like the only games that I've properly watched are the cross, the cross. I don't know what to say. The mix of the different. So when Irish Gaelic football meets Aussie rules, because they do play a traditional crossover game between
Yeah,
the best players in Aussie rules and the best players in the GAA, which I think is good
yeah.
to watch.
It's just any time I've ever just caught a little bit of Aussie rules on the telly, I'm just thinking, Jesus Christ, like literally trying to kill each other.
Uh, Aussie no rules. That's what they should call it.
Yeah.
Switzerland, Turkey tonight, and the Swiss going to cook the Turks their Christmas turkey early, or
Good one,
well,
mate.
I don't know much about Switzerland, but their flag's a plus, so you know.
Yeah. Oh God. Shut up.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. Bum bum.
Yeah, I know, terrible jokes. Yeah, Turkey going to turn
to
up.
be honest, either of them could win. I put my money on Turkey. Sorry, on Switzerland if I had to. Because I think they're just a better overall team. But Turkey could get something.
I was right earlier. I did say Euro '96 where they lost they last lost their 3 group games, so it was Euro '96, and then it was Euro 2000. They lost by an aggregate score of 5-0. So they've never had a worse goal difference than they currently do, which is -5. So if they lose, then they'll have a worse goal difference than they had in Euro '96, which is the worst in tournament history for Turkey.
And they will go down as the worst team ever.
I mean, they're not. They're not. I was about to say they're not North Macedonia then, but I feel that's a bit harsh on North Macedonia.
At least they actually showed a bit of something.
Yeah, that's true. Although they do have like a 37-year-old up front, North Macedonia. Let's talk about our favourite team.
So Turkey.
Oh yeah, that's true. Let's talk
I think,
about.
I think Yilmaz's 35. I think so. It might be slightly off.
Shall we talk about our favourite team?
Everton?
No, Italy.
Oh, Italy. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
Not only have they had the best national
now
anthem for freaking years. I love the Italian national anthem. Can I completely off the point, particularly in rugby, because those massive lads sing it with absolute passion.
Also, do these lot. I think it's just ingrained into them.
You know what? If we had a national anthem like that, I'd be singing it all day.
I'd be doing it.
It's
honestly, whenever I've watched the World Cup and I see all the different national anthems, especially some like the South American ones, I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, this is something to bang to this. I could mosh my head to this and sing along to this.
Can we get like?
And then we've just got the worst one.
The song is boring.
Right. You know what? That must have been made when we were still an empire, right? You know what? I've got nothing against the Queen. Nothing against old Lizzie, right?
It's a boring anthem.
Why are we singing about her? Why can't we sing just about the country?
I think Jerusalem should be the England anthem. It is at the Commonwealth Games, Jerusalem. That's a hymn as well. I just don't get why
we have to sing about the Queen. Like, it's just God save our glorious Queen, God save our gracious Queen. Like, none of us, no one knows it. None of us know it. None of the players know it. I mean, they might have met her if they've been knights or something.
Oh, I go for tea with her every week. We go down the golf course.
Now, how is old Lizzie these days?
She's good. Lizzie's good. You know, we like a cover in some golf.
I just wish we had a better national anthem.
Yeah, our national anthem sucks. I mean, it's so tediously dull.
I want England players to be as passionate as Italian players. Like, you see pictures of Italian players, and they're roaring at the top.
But then they've got such a cool anthem. Even the French one, the La Marseillaise, is also
play at the end.
Is also good. See, there we go. I love that at the end. I just like that. I just love that at the end. I just do that because that's what it sounds like. It's just wonderful, wonderful. I mean, cup of tea at Costa with Lizzie, says Wealthy Dart. Hiya. Yes, I mean, she's more Starbucks, I've got to admit.
She's more a fan of the coffee from. And she's not the coffee. She likes the little cakes from Starbucks better. Little little company and cake that you get than Costa.
Yeah, better be careful what we say because we don't exactly want to piss off the Queen, because otherwise we'll.
I really don't think the Queen's listening to us.
Yeah, but
If she is,
she's a massive football fan. She's a big
not.
fan of Windsor Football Club. She probably owns it.
She definitely owns it. She did. She comes in and she gives motivation.
Care less.
Is that your impression? Is it?
Yes.
Keep talking like that. That's funny.
What, for the rest of the show?
Yeah.
Ew.
So we really like Italy's national anthem because ours is terrible.
We've had someone come in and just talk absolute weird shit in the chat. I think Wealthy Dart is taking care of it, so well done, Wealthy Dart. Yeah, they're an alien. Not that we're discriminating against aliens here. But
no, aliens welcome. People of all species of all kinds.
Unless you're French.
Okay, because French people, Daniel here thinks you're a different species. I love you really, so you know.
No.
Screw him.
No. The French, no, not the French. One day I'm going to get told off for doing this, but no. Yeah, Italy at this tournament has been fantastic. Oh.
They actually,
how come Italy have gone from the team that went 1-0 up and sat back and had so much quality at the back that was it? They'd win 1-0, whereas England used to do that, go 1-0 up, sit back, and then concede about 5 minutes later. Italy have always been the masters of doing that, and this time it feels like Roberto Mancini's gone, oh, we're 1-0 up, lads. Shall we go get a second?
Shall we
get a third?
Play?
Shall we play? Shall we play a bit of football?
I actually like the way they've set up is really good because they've still got like one of the best defenses in the world, in my opinion, with Bonucci and Chiellini. But then they've got Spinazzola at left back, and he's playing like a left wing, so he doesn't need to come back. And their midfield is amazing.
Just drip feed me the Italian. I will watch that on repeat. The way Italy played against Switzerland and Turkey.
Like their midfield. You know, I mean, forget Jorginho. I don't like him, but Barella and Locatelli, just amazing. They're just dominating. And anytime anyone gets behind them, then you've got two of the best defenders of the last 10 years, 15 years behind them. And then it just relies on the front of the forward players, where Insigne, Immobile, Berardi, to score the goals. So they're not going to concede. I haven't seen them once. And I know they're only playing against like Turkey and Switzerland. They're going to be playing Wales today, but they just haven't looked like they're going to concede at all. They just look comfortable.
I want to ask your opinion on Roberto Mancini's comparison. Have you heard the comparison that he's comparing Wales to?
Oh, hang on,
He said they're like Stoke City.
Yeah, and Gareth Bale said, "I didn't realise you were that good." Yeah, I saw that. I'm surprised Roberto Mancini even remembers who Stoke are.
Yeah, I'm like, obviously he's not talking about Stoke City now, because Stoke City now are a championship club.
Stoke.
Back when he was Man City manager.
You don't get good spaghetti bolognese in Stoke. Stoke don't, we don't like Stoke.
We're going to get cancelled. We're going to get cancelled at some point. If it's not for my Francophobia, it's for the terrible accents, isn't it? We're going to get cancelled at some point.
I like my Italian accent.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia! We like la pizza and a salsa and a spaghetti bolognese. We don't like Roberto Mancini comparing Wales to Stoke.
There's just one Italian guy going, "We don't talk like this. Why are we sounding like a Borad?"
We could take it a step further and just do Family Guy.
Oh God! Babada
We have to do the hand gestures,
I love that. Wealthy Dark chokes up with a Scouse Italian. I love that. Scouse Italian, I love that. Great comment. So yes, Wales have been compared to the greatness that is Stoke City when they were in the Premier League. Is that a comparison you agree with? Because I don't think they exactly play like Tony Pulis's Stoke City.
That's what I mean. Like, if it's all, as you said, if it's all what Tony Pulis' Stoke, then do Wales play long ball? I
I don't
think
think they
so.
do. I don't think Robert
No?
Page sets his team up to play like that at all. I think they might
No?
play it against Italy, but I don't think they set up to play.
Yeah.
They normally set up to play some good football.
Yeah.
They're going to need
Okay.
Gareth Bale on form. And by the way, that penalty miss, I could watch on repeat. I laughed my fucking head off. I just found that hilarious.
Give us a recount of your reaction. Oh, Gareth.
Oh, Bale.
He's switched his love from golf to rugby.
Come play me and Lizzie at golf. We head down
God.
Starbucks afterwards.
Oh God! I can just imagine you, Gareth Bale, and the Queen sitting having a Starbucks together.
Yeah, we invite Daniel Levy. We'll find him a manager. Make me the manager.
Oh God!
I just won the World Cup with Mexico on FM 21.
It is a Kate's positions. One, you may as well just give you just give you the chance.
Yeah, why not? We'll talk about the Tottenham job later. It looks like if you are going to watch the Italy-Wales game, that there might be a few notable absentees from the Welsh team, as Robert Page has hinted that he has concerns over workload and fitness of some players, including Aaron Ramsey and Joe Allen.
So basically, he's called them fat.
Well, I mean, they have played the last two games, so I think he might just want to rest them.
Oh, you fat! I was going to swear. I can't swear, can I? No, I was going to.
Oh, you can. You can kind of swear.
Oh, you fat bastards!
Oh, bastard's not a swear word.
Fucking run!
Fucking run down the wing, you bastards! Run down the wing, you bastards!
Yeah, in training, he's probably like marching behind them.
See?
Fucking run!
See, that's what I'd be like as a manager. I'd be like, get down the fucking wing now.
You fucking run down there, or I'll fucking chase you down there myself, and then you'll be running.
I'd have been like that on the touchline against Scotland if I'd been in Gareth Southgate's position.
Christ.
I wouldn't have been talking to Steve Holland. I'd have been like, you fucking lazy bastards.
Hey,
Time to fucking
Harry,
work.
Harry, even my nan runs faster than you.
To be fair, I don't blame Harry Kane for the way he played. I blame the wankers that were meant to get him the ball. Because he got no service. If he had been at a restaurant, he'd have left and complained because he got zero service.
Yeah, give them a bad review on the
TripAdvisor. Raheem Sterling gets a really poor review.
No service. Fuck Sterling off.
Fuck Sterling. Fuck the rest of them. Fuck Foden. Fuck.
I mean, to be fair, right? What has Jack Grealish done wrong to offend Gareth Southgate, by the way?
I know. He plays for Aston Villa. And moving on. I just don't think Gareth Southgate likes Aston Villa, even though he used to play for them.
He plays Tyrone Mings, so that's...
He's got his team. He doesn't want to deviate from it. Don't worry. Eddie Howe for England at the end of this tournament. And not because I want Eddie Howe the manager. I just want the way Eddie Howe plays.
Yeah.
If I wanted a manager, I would want the personality of Jose Mourinho with the football of Eddie Howe. Someone that's going to bollock them for playing
That's
poorly.
a weird combination. I mean, because the thing is, the personality of Jose Mourinho is just the sort of he won't come in your face and go all red and just start bellowing at you. He'll
be sly.
He'll give you the judgmental stare.
And I like
You won't have to utter a word.
I like that. I like that. We need that as England manager, but we don't need the shitty negative defensive tactics, which are boring as shit to watch. Wealthy Dart says, get Big Sam to Spurs. We'll get onto that because it's quite funny
Jesus
how many
Christ.
people. To be fair, it's got a point. It could happen with the amount of people that are just going, no. No. We'd like to offer you we have a imagine if you're like on Universal Credit or something and then you get a call to say, well, there's a fantastic job going in North London, great financial benefits, lots of good opportunities there, your family will get a nice house, But obviously the pay packet is very good as well. Would you like to be the manager of Tottenham Hotspur? Fuck no!
Well, as you know, I work on the phone to Universal Credit, and I can just imagine the Tottenham Hotspur job going as one of the jobs. The job centre, literally, some random will walk in the job centre, and they'll offer them the Tottenham job because they can't do any worse than.
The Spurs job is posted on Indeed, says wealthy dot. I love that.
Literally.
I'll send them my CV. I'll send them my football manager CV. See if I get the job.
You click on the details to see what the qualifications are. It just says nothing. Please come and help us. Honestly, right?
Qualifications. Don't be Jose Mourinho.
Yeah, don't be Jose. Yeah. Look a little bit like Pochettino, and we'll take you on straight away. No question.
From 150 quid a week to 250,000. Well, you're not going to get that paid that much by Tottenham.
No. Daniel Levy will try and bribe you with a packet of crisps or something.
Would you like to go to the golf course with me and Gareth Bale? And I was like, no, I don't play golf. How about a packet of Walker's smoky bacon crisps? I mean,
deal.
Lifetime supply though.
Gattuso in his, his meme is in his interview goes, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit, and he goes, he went to his interview with in his trackie with Daniel Levy, and he went, meh, this falls on the shit, and walked out.
Right. So who's getting through in Group A? Is it Italy and Wales?
Yeah, I'd say Group A in Wales. Yeah.
Right, let's play a game. How do you solve a problem like Tottenham Hotspurs? It's like pass the parcel. When you start it and everyone's like, get it. Get
rid of it. Get rid of it.
Every manager is like that with Tottenham. They're like, I've got some mail.
They're at that first stage right now.
Would you like to be Tottenham manager? No. So who has turned down the Tottenham job? So we've got I don't know if Poch turned it down, but he's not becoming Tottenham manager again. Recently we've had Paulo Fonseca, who is being replaced by Jose Mourinho at Roma, meaning that the person they sacked, who is replacing the guy at Roma, the guy from Roma could have been Tottenham manager, which would have been the most Tottenham thing to do ever in the history of Tottenham. The most Tottenhaming of Tottenham. It's a Tottenhamism.
I bet when Daniel Levy was he was thinking of Paulo Fonseca, and he was speaking to his wife, his missus, and he was like, "This would be the most banter thing he'll love when I do it."
Do you reckon that's what he does? He just does it for the banter.
It's like doing it for the bands.
That's why he sacked him during the Super League shit.
Yeah, doing it for the bands.
Yeah.
And he walks in, and he's like, "Oh wait, hang on." Someone comes up to him and says, "You do know you're being an idiot right now." Gives him a whack on the head, like a whack-a-mole. And he wakes up and goes, "God, I was being hypnotized by." I was going to say something funny then, but went out my head. I was almost going to give the job to the man who Jose Mourinho was replacing,
because that's who we want. Who else has turned it down? Antonio Conte. Well, Antonio Conte was always ambitious.
No.
That was an ambitious approach.
I don't think I don't think they've even given the time of day. I think his agent came up to him and went,
he'd want hundreds of millions of pounds to spend. He spends a lot of money, Antonio Conte, in transfers.
Yeah, is this job Tottenham? I don't remember this place. What is Tottenham?
What is Tottenham? No, I don't go there. No. Hello, you've reached the voicemail of Daniel Levy. Please leave your message after the beep. Yeah, Daniel, no.
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 Do not contact me again, because I only manage good clubs.
I don't manage second-rate teams from North London, including Arsenal.
Oh, God.
Nobody wants either of them. They're both second-rate now. Can we be honest?
Both terrible. The team were best.
And then Gennaro Gattuso is also just gone, yeah, you know what, lads? Nah.
I mean, literally, Gattuso is the Italian version of... What's his name?
I have no idea.
Oh,
can't help you out.
who's the manager who gets in the English manager who gets in fights, the Scouse fella?
Oh, what Barton? Joey
Yeah,
Barton?
he's literally the Italian Joey Barton. If the
Well, at least,
Italian Joey Barton is tearing you down, then you know you got a problem. If Gattuso's walking in and goes, you know what, not for me, then it's like, Jesus Christ, how bad are you?
I love it. I loved this because so they've been turned down by Nagelsmann, apparently, who went to Bayern.
He was going to Bayern anyway.
Yeah, I know. Like that's not really. Brendan Rodgers said he'd rather be at Leicester.
I mean, yeah, because Leicester's just a better club than Tottenham at the moment.
They've been turned down by all the names aforementioned, and then when they approached Ajax about Erik ten Hag, Ajax decided to initiate a 1-year extension clause on ten Hag's contract, meaning he's locked down to Ajax. So,
and that's just a massive troll. That's just a massive middle finger to Tottenham. I bet Ten Hag says, "Yeah, I actually want to play in the Champions League. You know, I want to play in a
I want to manage in the Champions League
competition. Yeah,
from one Jewish club to another. Fuck you." Yes. I love that Ajax level of trolling. It's fantastic. It is a managerial merry-go-round, and some fans created a move on Twitter called #No to Gattuso. Quite frankly, it should have been yes to Gattuso, yes to any fucking person. Otherwise, I don't know what's the bigger mess here. I'm not sure what the bigger mess is. Tottenham Hotspur or the French broadcasting rights? I'll explain what I mean by that later on, because the company that paid over the odds for them went bankrupt, and now Amazon have come in, bought the 80% of the rights for French Ligue 1 for £220 million.
Jesus.
And then you've got Canal Plus, the French pay TV, essentially their Sky Sports, having owned 20% of the rights at an inflated £330 million, because they bid when this Chinese company decided, we're going to spend like 800 million on French football rights. And now Canal Plus are going, you know what, we're not going to pay the 330 million because it's inflated. So if you're going to give 80% of the rights to Amazon for 220 and you're going to charge us 330 for 20%, we're just not going to pay, and we're not going to show the matches. So, yeah, there you go. French football's in a bit of a crisis. That's the gist of it. I might go into it. There's a brilliant video from Tifo on it. Go check it out. So Jurgen Klinsmann even... I think Gary Lineker was just... he clearly watched Spurs and got so frustrated that he essentially asked Jurgen Klinsmann, take the job. Take the job.
And Jurgen Klinsmann in his mind is like, oh my god, no, like freaking out. And on the outside, he's just like, oh, no, sorry.
He smiled and said, absolutely, he's interested in the Spurs job. So...
No, he's not.
Apparently, he had spoken to Daniel Levy before Jose's departure.
Yeah, tell him to fuck off. Yeah.
Yes. Apparently, shall we have a look at the sack race to see who the favourite is now? Because I have no idea.
You look at the worst websites though, and I'm just laughing at each of the names you give me. This happens all the time. Because you come up with the weirdest people to take over.
I can tell you that the Sack Race website has been taken over by another company, so I can tell you that. So I don't know who will be the next Tottenham manager. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the odds, because quite frankly...
Just pick a random name.
Steve Evans.
Who?
Steve Evans, the ex-Crawley manager.
Sorry,
no. How about they appoint the official, Football Fan Show winner for the worst manager of the year, John Sheridan?
I knew that was coming. I was going to say I'm not a connoisseur of lower league football, so I didn't know who Steve Evans was. But goddamn, I know who John Sheridan is from the time on this show with you.
Yeah, Yeah, John Sheridan for Tottenham. There we go. You heard it here first. You know what? They'll end up with somebody like Tim Sherwood coming back.
Oh God! Oh no,
Or
no.
maybe they can pry Les Ferdinand away from QPR to come back to
Jesus
Tottenham.
Christ! Like now we're really taking that down to the low now, aren't we?
I mean, I
No,
wouldn't say Les Ferdinand is in the low, but Tottenham are desperate. They need choices, and
like if they
Martin
even go in
Yole,
and
is he still available?
Oh yeah, come low, yeah. Have the Uber stinking fingered.
I said Martin
Uber
Yole, not Joachim Low.
Oh.
But quite frankly,
Hang on, is Martin Yole still alive?
yeah, I think so.
Is he?
I love that. Is Martin Yole still alive? Yeah.
Has he been? That's not the way he's been. That's not the way he's been.
He's just disappeared off the face of the footballing earth.
Yeah, literally, face of the planet altogether. Like
he hasn't managed since 2016 in Al Ali. That's where he last managed in the
in the Saudi League, right? Okay.
In the in the Egyptian Premier League,
Egyptian.
Al Ali, the Egyptian club. The last English club he managed was Fulham.
Oh, that was a couple of years ago. Yeah. But also, if Tottenham go back near Tim Sherwood, then they're perfect for each other. Because he's just as bad a pundit as they are a club.
It's like a match made in heaven.
Literally, yeah.
Eric Ten Hag is still the favourite, and then Nuno Espirito Santo is the second favourite. If Nuno gets appointed, then that makes my prediction right. And considering my predictions on these managerial departures have been entirely wrong throughout the summer, it'd be nice to get one right.
Get one win.
The law of averages dictate that I must get one right.
Didn't you say Zidane to PSG?
I said it might happen if Poch left, but Poch hasn't left. So maybe if Didier Deschamps leaves the French job, maybe Zidane
goes to France. Yeah.
You don't have to be a great coach or a great manager to win the World Cup. You look at Joachim Low. He's got an atrocious club management record. You don't have to be a good manager. You have to be a good coach to win the World Cup and the Euros, but you don't have to be a good manager.
You just call Joachim Low a good coach?
Well, he is. He's won a World Cup.
Yeah.
He's a good coach, meaning that he can coach players. Managing them is very different.
Good man manager.
Which is, as we all know, from my personal opinion, Zinedine Zidane is not.
That's what I mean. You'd rather Zidane be unemployed, wouldn't you?
No, I'd rather him go and manage France and be a fucking failure with that world-class team that they've got. Even their B team is fantastic.
Yeah, they have a look at their under-21 team, like just amazing.
Oh,
all their talents coming through. Oh.
So how do we solve a problem like Tottenham? The answer is we can't. We literally don't know. We have no idea. How about they just get liquidated?
Liquidated into administration.
Just liquidated. Just Dan Levy just going, you know what? For 100 odd years we failed. Let's call it a day.
Yeah, the long battle has been fought, but we lost.
The long battle has been fought. We have become football's biggest meme. Let's just call it a day.
Like we've become more of a bands club than Arsenal.
What is it about North London and banter? They just love it.
The banter just loves it there because
whether it's AFTV or Tottenham not being able to get a manager. North London is just the part of the footballing world that just makes us laugh. It's comedy's gift to football, isn't it? Both of them.
It is.
Let's talk Everton, and
okay.
I'm looking at the odds, and Paulo Fonseca is the fourth favourite for Everton.
Oh Jesus Christ! Like these, he doesn't even know who Everton are.
Well, the second favourite is Nuno.
Yeah, I think
That's
he turned them down
a bit
for a bit. I honestly read somewhere, I don't know if this is right, but he turned them down for the Palace job. And if that's true, that's funny.
That is funny, but also immensely stupid.
Sorry, Everton. I consider Palace more of a more of an ambitious prospect. Like they actually aim higher than used to.
So Rafa Benitez is the favourite for the Everton job, and this one kind of snuck up on me because I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, did me as well.
I mean,
Honestly,
doesn't that damage his Liverpool legacy?
I don't think so. Like my first reaction was like, you know what? Just glad to have him back in the Premier League again because I think he's just a genuinely really, really, really nice guy.
Fucked.
What?
Fucked.
No, I mean, look, you got your Everton fan. I heard some Everton fans Twitter calling him like a Liverpool reject. It's like, no, he's not though.
He won the
Like
European
he
Cup.
won the European Cup with us. Like he won things. Like he's won more trophies than you have in 30 years.
Wow.
Like
That is true, actually, yeah.
That's factually true.
Yeah,
When was that the last trophy they won? 96, was it?
yeah,
95?
yeah,
FA
yeah.
Cup?
Yep.
What's hell?
They were nearly relegated from the Premier League that season, if I recall.
I think he's joined the club. I think he needs to come back to the Premier League anyway. He's good for the Premier League. I think he's a good manager. And then he could go to any club in the Premier League. Maybe not any club, but any ones that are available. And I think he just wants to be back home because, as we've said, is what since when he came to us, like him and his wife moved to City, and his wife's never left. Any other job he's gone to, his wife's lived in their house in well, it's on the Whittle, like so. As I said, questionable if you call it Liverpool, like, but his family have lived there. Like he has a house there. He goes home there all the time. Calls it his home. He loves the city, and I think it's his love of the city that has made him. I mean, yes, he did call him a small club. Right? I think that's just, what, that's becoming a habit of, managers, former or other managers calling them small. With Ancelotti saying they were trying to survive a couple of years ago. Funny. But I don't think it ruined his legacy.
So
I wish him good luck, and I just hope he doesn't do that well against us.
Not the best of luck. I mean, he did a good job at Newcastle. If they had actually had money to spend, he'd have made them a top 10 club. But
that's what I mean. Like if they were actually given money, he couldn't have done anything with Newcastle.
If they had that Saudi takeover and he'd have been manager, they'd be a top 4 club by now.
Yeah, they would have been. That's what I mean. He took them back up from the Championship with a Championship level team of players and can finish 10th with them. That's an achievement. What should have then happened is then he should have got money to invest in what he wanted, and he took them further up, and he'll just have more money at Everton with the new stadium and that coming in eventually, hopefully. I think it's a good appointment. I think it's a good appointment. I mean, people are saying, it's not it's not a exciting appointment.
I mean,
have you seen the banners that people put outside Goodison?
I have not. No.
You fat cop, CUNT and stuff like that. I'm like, classy fans, eh? Classy Everton fans. Just typifies them as a supporter fan base. Just twats, a lot of them, most of them, really. But I think he's good appointment. I think he'll do all right for them.
Whether you want to believe it or not, some sources say he's reached an agreement. Some sources have said he's been advised to turn it down.
God.
This isn't Tottenham. I don't know.
I wouldn't put Rafa through the hell of the Tottenham job.
I don't know.
I think he deserves better.
I can't see it personally. Rafa Benitez being Everton manager, it would be that like Everton fans would treat him like. Remember when Alex McLeish went from Birmingham City to Aston Villa and he got booed out of the building every week at Aston Villa? That's how I imagine it would go for Rafa Benitez at Everton.
Yeah. Well, it's like when he went from us to he didn't. I don't think he went from us to Chelsea because he went to Real Madrid first. But when he joined Chelsea, like. He was him and Jose Mourinho during that when they were at his throats. Like Liverpool and Chelsea hated each other because they played each other loads in the Champions League. Like he said things about Chelsea and Mourinho said things about us. And when he went there, and he got booed. I don't know if it was one match, but he got booed badly by Chelsea fans. Um, and people are saying, "Oh, could it be the same thing here? Could Everton fans literally boo him out the building?" And I think it'd be so ungrateful, and I think I wouldn't be surprising because that's just what Everton fans are like. They're just children spitting the dummies out all the time. But I think it'd be a horrendous way to treat a person, especially a nice guy, because he actually genuinely loves the city. You know, like he invests in it in terms of his family and his life. You know, I've seen him at a Hillsborough Memorial service in Anfield, and he was crying his eyes out.
Mm.
Tells what kind of person he is, and people call him like a fat Spanish waiter. People compare him to Al off Toy Story 2. And it's like, yeah, banter, but I think he's just a genuinely nice guy.
I'm sure he's lovely. Sorry, you got me there with Al.
Yeah, Al's toy man. Yeah.
I want to see Rafa in a chicken soup.
I gave you that.
Welcome to Rafa's Big Everton, where you can get players for a puck. That's the one I want to see.
Oh yeah, you can imagine doing that kind of bad bit for Everton, can't you? Sobbing his eyes out. Come to Everton.
Yeah. Welcome to Big Rafa's Everton, where we can sign you for a buck. Yeah, I just want to see that so much. Sorry, Rafa. Yeah, I don't see him becoming Everton manager. I think weirder things have happened, but I genuinely think if he did, it would be a mistake.
Well, okay. Well, question then, or technically two questions. One, where do you think Rafa will go then? And two, who do you think will be Everton manager?
Well, like my brain's saying Rafa, obviously, but I just don't think it would work. So, not Pirlo because he's crap.
Jesus Christ! Imagine Pirlo. Jesus.
Yeah, no, Pirlo's not a good manager. They could make a bold approach for Antonio Conte.
Everton?
No, that wouldn't happen. He wouldn't go there. Sorry, this is my logic working itself out. I'll throw some names and then my brain will go, nah, he wouldn't go there. They could try and get Moyes back from West Ham. Although he's just signed a new deal, so yeah, he won't be going there. Let's see what happens after the Euros. Maybe there'll be a manager available.
Yeah.
I think if hey, maybe they can get the.
Oh God! Please no, because he'd stink up the area.
Joachim Low as Everton manager, although he has an atrocious club management record, so I really wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he'd fit in with Everton then with that.
Maybe.
No, but he'd stink up the air. Like I wouldn't want to go near Goodison Park.
I mean, I saw a picture of him shaking hands with Paul Pogba, and I thought, "Oh, Paul Pogba, you're a brave man."
Yeah, Paul, please go and disinfect your hands right now. He's going to stick it in a vat of nuclear radiation right now. Like your hand is literally infested with smallpox right now.
Just yes, minty fresh balls. Yeah,
it's just vile, isn't it?
Maybe.
It's just vile.
Well, if Spain get eliminated,
my dad was saying to me, "Oh yeah, it's just a nervous habit. Like I do it where you scratch your nose and that." I said, "But he's literally
you don't go like that.
Like he's been caught on camera, like, sniffing his fingers." Scratch his arm and then shoving his fingers in his armpit
and going
like that's not a nervous habit.
No, a nervous habit is doing that, which is what I do.
Doing that, or
scratch, just going like that.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, not going.
Not giving us.
Oh God! I shouldn't have done that.
Being an orangutan.
Yeah, or putting his hands down his pants, or picking his nose and eating it on camera at a World Cup.
We haven't mentioned that. He picked his nose and ate it on camera. Like, every lad's done that as a kid. As a kid, you did that because you didn't know better. You just picked your nose and you know, ooh, what's this? But grown man, ugh.
Yeah.
Especially on camera. Like, he's so, like, I was going to say politically savvy, but he gets himself caught all the time doing it. Like, wait, if you're going to do that...
He couldn't be a politician, could he?
No, because he just get caught doing it. Like, he get caught, but
although, quite frankly, the things he gets caught doing are quite tame by political standards.
Yeah, but if he was a politician, like, it'd be upscale. He'd get caught, but he...
You were caught with your hands down your pants? What did you going to say? I was trying to smell my minty fresh balls.
He was caught with his pants down his ankles, literally. You know, one of those kind of scandals.
He was just trying to go for a sniff. He clearly knows this, right? He clearly knows this, right?
That's like you can imagine him getting caught with like an underage prostitute or something. Like I was teaching, I was letting this woman have the opportunity of a lifetime to smell my balls. Like this woman, this woman is 21 years old. She has she told me she was 21. I give her the opportunity to smell the
minty fresh balls of Joachim Löw. For the record, Joachim Löw has never done that. He probably never will do that. I'm guessing.
Imagine him as a politician now.
I would love to see that. Maybe Luis Enrique would be... Let's go back to the Everton job now after that massive detour. Maybe Luis Enrique might be available if France if Spain don't get through.
Will he leave that quickly?
I mean, they have looked shit, and they have less points than Slovakia.
Honestly, they have looked worse. They have got less points than Slovakia. I mean
they do.
Let's not downplay
Slovakia are 3. Spain have 2.
I mean, Spain are goddamn awful, aren't they? I mean, with the players they've got, I mean, you'll obviously have Spanish people going, oh, if they only had Real Madrid players there, it's like, wouldn't even make a difference. They're playing bloody Alvaro Morata up front. I mean,
do you reckon he didn't pick any Real Madrid players just to say, I'm Barcelona, bitch?
Literally, that is absolutely his Barca bias coming into it. It's absolutely his Barca bias because he is Catalan himself.
So he wants a Catalan team. Well,
he's picked Atletico Madrid players and he's picked other players from around the league, but just not Real Madrid. He can't stand Real Madrid, can he?
I mean, Real Madrid didn't exactly have the greatest season ever, but come on, no. they're like the biggest club in the world. You've got to pick players from Real Madrid.
Yeah, let's not stoke Florentino Perez's ego, but you know.
I mean, no, Real Madrid are the biggest club in the world.
Yeah, they are.
Barcelona are the second biggest, and then Manchester United are the third biggest, and Liverpool maybe the fourth.
Yeah, Liverpool are probably fourth. Yeah. Let's not forget. I mean, financially speaking, yes, they are like the big in terms of assets, but let's not forget that they are $2 billion in debt. Yeah, let's not forget that. So you know, they don't look great at the moment. They're probably at their weakest that they've been.
I love it. I love watching Real Madrid struggle. It's wonderful. Who have been your underdog? Let's head back to the Euros. Who's been your underdog story so far?
Underdog.
I would have thought Germany because after their performance against France, and then yesterday they just spanked Portugal. Although Portugal did score 2 own goals, so they were 2-1 down. Portugal having scored all 3 goals.
Yeah. Take that, Man City fans, for thinking Ruben Diaz is good.
And I wonder who made him transfer signing of the summer. Oh shit, that was us. Oh crap.
Did we do that?
Yeah. We made him signing of the summer.
I mean, underdog. I don't know. I mean, anytime I've watched one of the so-called underdogs, they just haven't played really that well. I mean, I don't know. Not really. I'd say now it's probably Portugal.
They're the underdogs now.
Like I look at their team, right? Just got to call for a little times here, but I look at their team and I'm thinking they should run the favourites. Clearly, they just have one of the best teams.
Yeah, but
And
they've also got a very old team.
Yeah, they do. But, and I was saying to my dad this, like, where's their young centre half? They've got on the bench. Like, they've got Pepe, who's 38. On the bench, they've got Jose Font, who's 37. Where's their young player, apart from Ruben Diaz, for a centre back? They haven't got one. But, like, defensively, awful.
Yeah.
Midfield, I'll tell you something. William Carvalho and Danilo Pereira are literally statues. They can't move. I run faster than them. You've seen me.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah.
I mean, let's all make it clear to Man United fans. Bruno Fernandes, oh, sorry, didn't show up. I'm sorry, sorry. Up front, great. Midfield defensively, terrible. Absolutely, for the team they've got, terrible.
Yeah. I mean, the issue with Portugal is like it's a bad breakup, and you don't exactly want to let go of the past, but you also can't move on, and it kind of feels like they've got players that are so good that won in the Euros that they're like, we can't let go, we can't move on, but we should.
But they do have good young players, though. I mean, let's have a look.
But these are the guys that won the Euros for them.
Yeah, like you got. I mean, if he was fit,
I
know João Cancelo is not fit. He's a good player. Ruben Diaz, okay, he's a good player, right? Guerrero left back. I mean, scored. I mean, just booted the goal into his own goal, but good player for Dortmund. Renato Sanchez in midfield, good young player. Bruno Fernandes is still young, good player. João Felix, good player. Bernardo Silva, as much as he's a spiteful little Man City twat, good player. And of course, my main man, Diogo Jota, very good player. Of course, Cristiano's going to be there. They'll be the main man until he's like 46 or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
10 World Cup times or something like that.
Well, when did Luis Figo play until? Because he was their main man for a long time as well.
Figo
was like
20... was it 2012, something like that, 2010, 2012?
Yeah, it was something ridiculous like that. I always feel sorry that he never actually won anything for Portugal when he probably should have.
He was amazing. He was amazing.
He wasn't as good as Ronaldo, but still, he was bloody amazing.
He was amazing though. Like
he was an amazing player. 127 caps, 32 goals for Portugal. Amazing player. But yeah, I mean, the 2004 Euros was their best chance on home turf, and they didn't win it. Thanks, Greece, for playing negatively with your defensive bloody tactics. Yeah, I don't know what the underdog story is. I mean, Slovakia probably the biggest underdog story for being ahead of Spain in Group E, I suppose.
Yeah, Sweden.
I mean, Sweden are shit. I think Poland have an excellent chance of beating Sweden.
Yeah, I mean, I look at Sweden and I go, apart from Isak up front, who I would love to play for Liverpool, I would love him to play for us because I think he's amazing. And maybe Lindelof at the back, defensively, they're just bang average rest of the team.
Yeah,
So I say if they could do something against Poland, I'd like to see them.
Do you view here's an interesting question. Do you view Poland as a one-man team? Because a lot of people just call it the Robert Lewandowski show.
Yeah, they are. Anytime I see them play and they don't have Lewandowski, I think terrible.
All right, I tried to say they were more than Lewandowski last night because they had other.
I mean, I look at their team. Okay, they got Wojciech Szczesny in goal. Plays for Juventus. He's all right. Yeah, he's good.
They got that guy from Leeds.
You got the Click, yeah. Click is all right for Leeds, yeah. You've got
but he's not as good
plays
as
for Napoli.
Yeah.
Got Bednarek plays for Southampton. It's Lewandowski though. It's
he's their top player.
That's Lewandowski is just their main striker. They're their main player. Their big name player because he is the best striker in the world. Screw Harry Kane. It's Lewandowski.
What have you got against Harry Kane?
What do you mean? What do you mean? It's Harry Kane. He gets injured all the time. Lewandowski doesn't get injured.
It's the lisp,
Broke the
isn't it?
Bundesliga record last season. He scored 40
No,
goals, 41 goals.
I didn't do that to trigger you. I just did that to do the lisp.
It's Harry Kane. No offense to people who have lisps.
Lewandowski,
right? Nothing against you. Harry Kane I just don't like Harry Kane. He's not a captain. He's not a captain.
I mean,
and people worship the grounds he walks on. He can't run.
Okay. Against Scotland, he couldn't fucking run. He was gassed.
He was terrible against Croatia as well. And he's probably going to be terrible against Czech Republic.
So do you drop him?
No, I don't think he can. Because who else? You're going to play Calvert-Lewin. I think you're going to play Kane.
Well, he took him off for Rashford against Scotland.
Which?
Southgate. He took Kane off for Rashford.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Rashford. I mean, I would. If it was me, heart to heart, I'd drop him. Not drop him. Maybe rest him. And you'd play like Calvert-Lewin. If you want to go target man, you'll go Calvert-Lewin. If you want a bit more pace on the break, maybe you go Rashford. Or you actually play good players. So you get Sterling off there, put Grealish in, and then put Sancho in. And actually don't play two defensive midfielders.
Yeah.
Just have Phillips or Rice. Don't have both of them.
Yeah.
Don't need both of them.
I just want Rashford to play
anyway.
So that the England fans can sing his chant. He'll feed all your kids. He'll feed all your kids. Marcus Rashford. He'll feed all your kids. I love that. I love that chant. I think that's my favourite chant ever since the Adam Johnson one, which I can't sing.
It's your Adam Johnson was your favourite.
The going down for something. Which if I sang on Twitch, I would be banned. So let's not do it. But that I just find hilarious. I do like the "He'll feed all your kids" chant for Marcus Rashford. Right, that's it from us. Is there anything? Oh, I just wanted to say, the mess that French football is in when Amazon now own the rights to French football for £220 million, and so. The inflated fee, Callum, I don't know if you've heard the inflated fee paid for French football. So, you'd agree that the French league is probably the fifth best league in Europe? I would have said that the Championship was better than the French league. The English second tier was better than the French fucking league. And the French league is Neymar and Mbappe, and the Championship is fucking Timo Pukki. For this...
Let's leave Timo Pukki alone. He's got a family.
I mean, yes. He's not a Premier League striker, nor is he he's lucky to be at the Euros, let's just say that. Because he's not a player that should be there. Neither, the entire Finland squad, really.
I look at Finland squad and I think I only recognise Timo Pukki is the only one. And the goalkeeper.
Oh, their goalkeeper's good. He might be. He's been good. I mean, they took advantage. Let's talk about the Denmark game. They took advantage of a horrible situation, and I know there are plenty of people that have said, "Oh, they shouldn't have played. They shouldn't be given the 3 points for that game. They should be given a point each." You know what? No. Finland did what they had to. They took advantage of a horrible situation, and they got the 3 points for it. So fair play to them.
Oh. I'm not going to say they took advantage because that sounds like the
No. Yeah. No, they didn't take advantage. They played the situation.
I mean, Finland just sat there and waited to see what happened. I think they would have accepted anything at that point.
Yeah.
But UEFA backed Denmark into corner. Like I'm hearing that UEFA come out trying to defend. They're saying, "Oh yeah, they went to speak to Denmark and the Danish players. They all decided, but they shouldn't. The decision shouldn't have been left in the Danish players' hands."
Well, apparently
they're all in shock of their one of their players their mates almost dying, one of their brothers. And why are UEFA going some straight after match saying, "Oh, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" Be saying if you don't play now.
UEFA. So apparently the report is that UEFA went to them and went, "Oh, you can either play at 8:30 European Central Time, you can kick off again, or you can play tomorrow at 12:30 European Central Time."
I heard there were scheduling issues though. I mean, regardless, I think UEFA should have handled it better. Regardless of scheduling issues and what a administrative headache it might have caused. Fact is, a man almost died.
Yeah,
Children almost lost their father. A wife almost lost their husband.
exactly.
A little bit more tact and a bit more humanity would have gone a long way.
Yeah, I think they should have at least, and I've said this on the today at the Euro stream, that I think they should have at least waited 24 hours to come to a decision.
Exactly. Let them.
Wait 24 hours to even start talking about it at the very least.
I mean, as soon as they kicked off, I mean, the fact of the matter is, even if the Danish players got together and went, you know what, we're going to play for Christian. I just think that their mental state automatically gives Finland an advantage.
Yeah.
Finland, would have been affected by it because the humans, just like, they would have been affected by it, but they wouldn't have been as affected. So that instantly gives them the advantage. I just think if it had to have played that, if literally you ever said we can't reschedule, it has to be today, the decision should have been made by someone higher up than the players. I get it's the players' decision, it's their choice, but I think someone should have come and said, look, take a step back, process your grief, process your shock and your grief at your mate almost dying, and then think about it. And then if you still feel up for it, fine. I just think that UEFA came in with the subtlety of a sledgehammer.
All guns blazing, going, you will play this game. You will play this game.
Basically not giving them a choice. Because basically they'd be saying, well, either play today or you forfeit and Finland win 3-0.
It's essentially them walking into a saloon bar going, this is a shakedown.
Literally holding them a gun. Literally, it's a three-way
a Mexican standoff.
It's the office. It's that office scene, isn't it, where the three of them are standing like that, the guns pointing at each other.
Yeah,
in a triangle.
The good old Mexican standoff.
Mexican standoff style, and it's a case of why the match stopped. Was it like the 60th minute or something? It was 0-0.
41st minute. 41st minute. 41st minute and 0-0.
Why didn't the prospective the teams, the players of both sides and the managers and the ball coaches come together into a meeting with the referee and say, you know what? Let's just agree to a tie. We're drawing anyway. Let's agree to a tie. We basically paid half the match. Agree to a tie. Give them both a point.
I think both teams would have taken that. I think Finland would have taken that. And I think
I think they absolutely should have taken that.
Yeah,
would have been the best option.
Well, they were told, as I said, they can play it those two times. They can either restart the game on the day, or they could play on the Sunday. Or we're told it would be an automatic 3-0 defeat for Denmark, and Finland would get all 3 points. It would be a forfeit
and automatic 3-0 defeat. Yeah, and it's like, well, so basically you're screwing us over by like making us be forced to play right away when our mental state is not in the right place. Like they can come together and put a brave face saying, yeah, we're fine. We're gonna play for Christian. We're gonna play through it. We're gonna show how good we are. Their mental state is not in the right place.
No, and
so I think it's so inhumane, and it just seems to be typified in so many organisations these days. Lack of humanity.
Lack of empathy, lack of class from UEFA, lack of class, lack of compassion, just lack of basic human decency. There you go. Yeah. UEFA lacks basic human decency, but we already knew that because let me go back right to the start of the season when we started doing this. Footballers are pieces of meat. They're there for our entertainment.
Yeah. They're not human beings.
They're not human beings. They don't have feelings or family. And if they fall out, and if they collapse on the pitch,
they're basically slaves who get paid. Yes, they get paid good money, but they play when how we see fit.
Disgraceful. The footballing. There needs to be an investigation into UEFA's handling of that situation. Independent investigation, might I add. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Denmark don't sue. I think there should be a lawsuit against UEFA for that. Maybe Denmark go to the court for arbitration for sport, not to get the result overturned, just to get compensation.
I don't really care about they don't care about the results.
I think
that's nothing. Football. Yeah. That's a football side. That's football. Nothing compared to the side that they need to go for the match in terms of just lack of just the way they handled the situation with Christian. I mean, fair play. You know what? Absolute heroes of the players. Kier, who basically cleared the airway and done CPR on him. Fair
I
play for the
liked.
players making the barrier. Fair
Yeah,
play
I
to
thought
the
the barrier
referee.
was like the. To be fair, I thought the referee for the game, Anthony Taylor, handled it very well because immediately
Yes, I mean,
he just went on.
immediately as soon as the player signaled,
Immediately
he
he
went
was
right.
in.
Medic,
The
get
ref
on
was in
right
action
away. He got
immediately.
them on right
So
away, and absolute heroes to the medical team. You know, the fact that a man's life has been saved because of
yeah,
the actions of certain people. You know, it can't be understated.
yeah. You don't envy anybody at the Parkin Stadium
I mean,
that in
It
that
was Anthony
thing.
Taylor's first international.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm
Jesus.
sure I saw that somewhere.
No, I
And
think you're
and
right. Yeah.
he handles it with utmost professionalism and compassion, and I think fair play to him for that. Because
Yeah.
you know what I'm like, I bash English referees, but fair play to him for that.
Yeah, that little detour. Yeah, UEFA are a disgrace. So anyway, back to this French league story. So we'd agree that the French league is perhaps the fifth best league in Europe. I know that I argued the
Yeah,
Championship was better. I thought the Championship is.
yeah. I
I
reckon
think
the
the
other four
Championship.
better. Yeah.
I think the Championship should be considered the fifth best league in Europe because it's promotion to the Premier League. And
In terms of level of football,
okay, yes, the French league has Mbappe and
they're,
Neymar.
they're almost very similar because you got a couple of teams who are. No, I reckon French league is still just above them, just.
Still just about. Anyway,
Yeah,
so a so originally a company called Media Pro, owned by a Chinese company, bidded around £800 million per season, about 825 million for 80% of the rights to French football. Now, to put that in context, that would take the French league from the fifth league in terms of money spent on television rights
yeah.
to the
Second.
to second behind the Premier
Yeah,
League, ahead of the
yeah,
Bundesliga, ahead of La Liga, and ahead of Serie A. And
yeah.
they made their first payment and then asked for a deferral on their second and third and they claimed the pandemic made the closure of bars and the lack of fans make this
Admin reasons,
an
delays, Yeah,
unsustainable choice. And the company is actually they had their own television channel called Telefoot, which is now closed, and its rights have become available and was bought by Canal Plus for last season's TV rights were bought for 35 million euros. Now, Canal Plus, who owned the other 20% of the rights for 330 million euros, who they sub-licensed from beIN Sport, who paid that money, but then Canal Plus paid beIN Sport to broadcast the matches. So Canal Plus, a traditional broadcaster of the French top flight for many years, had thought quite rightly, okay, we've paid this for 20% of the rights at an inflated cost because of these absolute idiots from China thinking, oh, you know what, we can turn the French league into the second best league in Europe. No. And now they're like, okay, 80% of the rights have no owner. So you are either going to give them to us, a traditional broadcaster that has been your ally for a very long time, or are you going to allow somebody new into the marketplace? They chose Amazon. The French
great
league
choice,
chose
guys.
Amazon for, and get this, 330 million euros for the rights for 20% of the games. Amazon paid 220 million euros for 80% of the rights. So Amazon are paying less for more games than Canal Plus and beIN Sports.
Honestly, Canal
Yeah, go on.
Sports
Go for it.
Canal Plus and beIN Sports should just they should sue themselves, being
Well, Canal
utterly ripped
Plus
off.
have come. So this is what they're saying. Canal Plus will not, therefore, be broadcasting French Ligue 1, and they have said they will not pay the money owed. And even though they do have a binding contract with beIN Sport for the sub-licensing agreement,
Yeah.
what Canal Plus argue is that the entire rights package should be up for auction again. Not just the 80% vacated by another company, but the whole 100% of the television rights should be vacated and should be up for auction. That's not happened, and now with only a couple of months to go, two months to go before the start of the new season, 20% of the matches are going to get shown on French television, with Amazon owning 80%. And I mean, the thing is, and this is what is so stupid, the company that bought the rights to the French league, the 80% of the rights for the French league for like 825 million, they made a similar offer to Serie A in 2018, and you want to know what the 20 Serie A clubs did, which was sensible? They said no, because they were like, we want guarantees that you will give us the money. And when they failed to give them guarantees, they
said no.
Okay, we'll just go with Sky Italia, who have been our traditional broadcaster for years. But then the French league authorities, where the clubs I don't think the clubs do vote on TV rights in France. I don't know how it works in France, but in Italy, Serie A clubs vote on television rights. But in France, the authorities just went, "Oh, you're going to spend a lot of money on French football? Yeah. We'll
money.
We'll take that. No questions asked. And obviously, in the UK, we've had this situation before. We've been burned before with ITV Digital back in the day, and the EFL, because they paid over the odds, thinking, "Oh, you know what? People will want to watch Division 1, Division 2, and Division 3 matches." And it turns out no one wanted to fucking watch Division 1, Division 2, Division 3 matches. They just wanted to watch ITV's Digital's selection of pay-per-view Premier League matches. But nobody wanted to watch Swindon Town versus Reading, the M4 derby in Division 2. Except this fucking mug right here. I watched it live from the county ground.
I think you were literally the only one who watched it.
Well, that's the thing. You know what? They apparently they used to get maybe 1,000 people watching Division 2 matches. That's a piss poor return on investment.
Yeah.
Even for Division 1 matches, they were barely scraping 100,000. So, and then obviously they went bankrupt, and the rights went to Sky at a much cheaper rate, and a lot of football league clubs went into administration. So I'd like to think in England we wouldn't make that mistake again. We wouldn't be burnt twice. So I can't say that the French that this is one without precedent, and two, the French are any less greedy than the English.
You'd call them that.
The EFL have been incredible. They were incredibly greedy with the ITV deal, because ITV Digital promised to pay a lot of money, and then when they realised that the Football League was worth massively less than what they paid for it, they were like, "Can we renegotiate?" And the Football League went, "Nope, give us fucking money." You said you'd give us some money, and I guess that's what the French authorities went with this one. They were like, "You said you'd give us some money. Where's my 800 million euros per season for French league football? Where is it? You know, where is it? Where's my 800 million euros? Because I really need it.
Where's my money? Send the hitman round to the house. Where's my money?
It's like Stewie beating up Brian Griffin on Family Guy. Where's my money?
Money.
Where's my money,
man?
Where's my money? You got till Friday. Get me the money. Go down to the bank. Give me my money.
Oh, I
anyway,
watched a little bit of Family Guy the other night. It's still as funny as ever.
That's what's going on in France. So it's just a fucking mess, and I thought I'd just bring that attention.
Stewie beating up Brian in France?
Well, it could be. But that's what's going on with French football, and I don't know if it's going to get resolved any time soon. To my guest, Callum Brown, for this week's edition of the podcast. Remember that we are live on Twitch after every game day of the Euro 2020, twitch.tv/The Football Fan Show, with Today at the Euros, normally broadcasting at 10 o'clock at night when the 8 o'clock kickoffs are. Or if there are only 5 o'clock kickoffs, then it's at 8 or 7 o'clock. No, it'll be at 7 o'clock, not 8 o'clock. See you there. if you can check us out on twitch.tv/the Football Fan Show. We'll be back for a new season very soon when the Premier League and the EFL kick off. Of course, congratulations, by the way, to Hartlepool United for securing promotion to League Two from the National League, something that we didn't cover today, as well as Sergio Ramos leaving Real Madrid. Perhaps he's learning English to turn down the opportunity to become Tottenham Hotspur manager. Don't forget to give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/The Football Fan Show, at The Football Fan Show on Instagram and TikTok. Go follow us there where we have your football news in 60 seconds or less. Tweet us at TFFS Live where we have polls running every day of the Euros. We ask you your game of the day and who you think is going to win. And search for us, The Football Fan Show on YouTube. Thank you very much for checking out the podcast this week. We will be back very, very soon. Bye for now.